If you're interested in learning how to roast coffee at home, or you simply want to roast fresh coffee at home but want the machine to do it for you, the Roma Pro may be the right roaster for you. We're going to roast 300 grams of an Ethiopian washed coffee. I'm hoping to get some nice sweetness, a tangerine note, as well as some chocolatey notes in this roast as we go to a nice full medium roast. I'm going to show highlights of the roast just for the sake of time. This is an air roaster, and this can roast some really great coffee. Before we get started into the review of this product, I just wanted to let you know that I'm a home roaster like you, and I have had a lot of experience with different types of home coffee roasting machines. You can check out my channel and see all the different roasters. I've used drum roasters, hand roasters, and a lot of different air roasters. And so this is a unique product. This is something different, and it's not often that we have new home coffee roasting equipment come into the market for the consumer. So this is something that you should take a look at, and so I just wanted to let you know that, and also that the people at Roma Pro sent me this roaster for free. I have not been paid to do this review, so I think that this should be considered as an unbiased review of this coffee roaster, and I'm going to try to give you my best and honest opinion. So as I mentioned before, this is an air roaster, but it has some unique features about it that set it apart from other roasters in the market. This has an auto feature that really will roast 5 different profiles: a light medium, a medium dark, and a dark profile. So if you like dark coffee, it's the number 5 setting. If you like light coffee, it's the number 1 setting. And if you want something in between, it's setting 2, 3, or 4. And it's really simple. You choose the setting, you push start, and the coffee will be roasted by the machine for you. We're going to roast 300 grams of an Ethiopian washed coffee. I'm hoping to get some nice sweetness, a tangerine note, as well as some chocolatey notes in this roast as we go to a nice full medium roast on this coffee. Another unique feature about this machine, other than the automatic mode, is that it also offers a manual mode in case you want to do your own manual roasting. A great scenario might be that you are interested in learning how to roast, but you right now just want to get started and you want to have coffee roasted for you. This machine can do that, and then when you're ready to learn, you can go into the manual mode. It's really a unique offer that it works well for this air roaster. Also, it has a very unique roasting chamber. So there's 2 glass tubes here. One is the outer tube, which insulates the inner tube, and the inner tube is where the coffee is roasted. This machine has a 1600 watt heating element and a 180 watt fan motor. So you're going to get good bean movement, and you're going to be able to have a very powerful roaster roast these beans in a fairly short period of time. The bottom of the chamber is slanted, and so when this air movement blows out, you're going to see a lot of beans moving around, which is going to give you a nice even roast. It looks to be 2 sensors inside the machine, probes if you will. It could just be one, it's hard to tell. But these will provide temperature readings, which you'll see here on the display when we do a roast. So other than the unique bean movement and the dual chamber wall for roasting, this has a chaff collector built into the top. The top is lockable. You can easily take this off, and then here is the chaff collector. This machine can do a great job in keeping a fairly clean roasting environment. There is some chaff, really fine chaff, that will blow out the top a little bit. But again, you should do this in a kitchen setting or a place where there's good ventilation, and most of the mess stays inside the roaster. All right, one other unique feature about the Roma Pro that really sets it apart from other roasters that I've used here in a home roasting environment is an ejection chute. The Roma Pro comes with this door that's on the side of the roaster, and by opening this up after the coffee beans have cooled, there is a button that says leave on the front of the roaster, and when you push that button and hit leave, the air starts to move the beans, and the beans will start to come out this side chute here into a bowl. Now, in my testing with this pre-production model, there were some times when the beans jammed up a little bit in here, but I've talked with the manufacturer and they've indicated that they've made improvements to this already, and that this area is going to be a little more of an open area so the beads won't jam as easily. So they've already addressed that. So that's great news. It's great to hear that the manufacturer is taking feedback and they're already making improvements before the units are being sold to the end user. So that's awesome. One other feature that is interesting, it is unique, and that is the lid itself has a large coffee bean on the top of it. I'm not sure about aesthetics. Some of you may love it, some of you may not, but it is a nice handle to be able to grab onto, to be able to place on the lid and then lock it in place. At the time of this recording, the new roaster is on a pre-order campaign, so the link in the description will direct you to view the offer. So you should take a look at that carefully and decide if this is the right roaster for you. If you're interested in learning more or want to purchase this roaster, I'll put a link in the description down below. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is taste the coffee. Okay, about 4 days have passed since I roasted this coffee with you. This morning I brewed the coffee, did a pour over with a Kalita 155 stainless brew funnel, and I really enjoyed the coffee. It definitely had some sweetness, it definitely had some chocolate, and there was a citrus type of an acidity, had a little bit of a tang to it. The Roma Pro did a really good job. It was definitely an enjoyable cup, probably a little darker than I would have normally roasted it. I'm normally roast on the lighter side of medium, but the Roma Pro did exactly what it said it was going to do, and the rest is up to preference for what we want to do. So in the example of me wanting to do the roast a little shorter, I could have used the auto mode and then about maybe 20 seconds early hit the cool button and just end the roast a little early. So you might find you want to do something like that as well. You might want to make a little adjustments even in the auto mode while you're roasting. And the roaster did a great job doing that. So overall, I would say that my experience with the Roma Pro was really good. I think that it is definitely powerful. It's got great bead movement. It's got great visibility. I could hear, I could smell the roast as it was going. All of those things are great scores. The bean chute is something that we already talked about that could be improved, but I think they've already been working on that. And I think the front panel is very intuitive, very easy to understand, and even a novice person who's never roasted coffee before would be able to have successful roasts with this coffee. So thank you very much, Roma Pro, for putting out a roaster that did a good job. This is definitely a unique, definitely interesting roaster with some great features. And you should go ahead and take a look at the link that I have in the description and check out the offer for this roaster and see if that's something that interests you. I would love to hear your thoughts. Share those with me, what you think about what you saw here in this video and what you've learned about the Roma Pro. And if you have questions, I'll do my best to try to answer those for you as well. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you have a great week roasting. We'll see you next time.